Yo, what up, everybody? So we got this dope interview of Bradley Martin and Nick Fuentes recalling like how he met Ye and when they went to the White House or they went to Mar-a-Lago and Trump kicked him out. Remember the news went absolutely they chimped out over this story. They said, "Oh my God, this is definitive proof that Trump is a tiny mustache guy. He has Nick Fuentes, a neo tiny mustache guy." And this is we got him, we got him. And Trump had no idea who he was, and this was all a huge setup on Kanye to get a viral moment because he was going to announce that he was going to run for president. And the whole thing was, it was just what a complete just I don't know. It sounds hilarious, and I can't swear yet, so let's just get into this.
You've spoken about this stuff before, but how did you originally get in contact with Ye?
So he tweeted the DEF CON thing. So he went on Tucker Carlson in like October 22, and he was talking about Jared Kushner and Israel and everything. And everybody's ears kind of perked up because they said, oh, it's getting a little political. Then I think about a week later, he tweeted DEF CON 3 on the Jews, he said. And they invented cancel culture, and he got canceled. And
that was when they debanked him. They depersoned Kanye after he made that statement. I think that was either the thing that set it off, or I mean, it just all like Adidas, everything was taken from him after that.
Through the grapevine that he was talking to Alex Jones, who's a friend of mine. But Alex Jones, his producer, is not my biggest fan, but I knew she had his number. And so I got in touch with her through a couple of other people. I got his number, and I went out there with Milo and with John Miller and a couple people. That was back in 22. We came out to LA, and the idea was he wanted to run for president. So we were supposed to put together we were going to wind down his 2020 campaign and figure out if he could run in 2024 for the presidency. And we were there for about a week, and not even. I think we were there for a few days.
Also, this is such a weird, strange time that YouTube is allowing us to even do these little clips of Fuentes. And I mean, he's been on multiple shows. I'm assuming they're just biting the bullet and they're taking they're not looking to get monetized for this, but you know, it's strange times in YouTube when we're allowed to watch Nick Fuentes videos now. We weren't allowed to do this like just a couple months ago and react.
He had a pre-planned visit with Trump. That was already on the schedule. And I don't know what the basis for that was, but we got there, I think, on a Thursday, the week before Thanksgiving. And he told us, yeah, I got this meeting with Trump on Tuesday. And by Monday night, he said, I want you to go with me. I want you to go with me to the dinner. And we went, and Ye asked Trump to be his vice president in his presidential run, which is hilarious. Yeah.
You were there.
I was
there.
That
was the first time you met Trump?
Yes.
What was that interaction like?
It was crazy. I mean, you know, because they're both my heroes. I was always a fan of Ye for as long as I've been a fan of Trump. So those are my two like icons. It's like them and Sam Hyde, actually, who you had on the show.
Yeah, Sam's
he's
crazy.
He's the best. So he's always a hero of mine as well. So it's like these two guys together was blowing.
Sam Hyde, if you don't know, is the mass shooter for every single mass shooting event in the last 10 years, maybe 15.
Mind. And what's funny about it is that Ye is actually he's a little bit shy, actually.
Yeah.
I could tell that he was a little, and if you watch him on some of the talk shows and spending enough time with him, you could see that he was a little bit apprehensive. He was a little anxious because he loves Trump and he respects him deeply. So he's a little quiet at first. It was actually very awkward because he wasn't talking a whole lot. And so Trump was trying to start a conversation with him. And what's really funny is Trump, he loves his iPad. He's like a big iPad kid. And he controls the music at Mar-a-Lago from the iPad.
That's sick.
He loves music. And so
I know.
He's like the DJ at that Mar-a-Lago. So his way to connect with Ye was he goes, you take the iPad, you know, why don't you pick one of your songs? That was how he was going to connect. And so Ye said, okay. So he spent about 10 minutes finding a song. And for the Kanye fans, he put on Say You Will from 808s and Heartbreaks. It's sort of an unexpected song. But Then Trump starts talking about the opportunity zones for black people. He's trying to connect with them as like a black voter. I'm like, we're way past that. I'm like, dude, yay, we're watching Triumph of the Will. This guy's like a full-fledged anti-Semite. We're trying to connect with him like he's a black voter, telling him about opportunity zones and the Platinum Plan. I said, we're a little past that. But so he's trying to make conversation. It's not working. He starts talking to me a little bit. We're rapping with each other because I know everything about Trump. And then it was a pretty normal dinner. It was Thanksgiving dinner. We had turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes. And so it's a very strange situation. But then, and this was the story of the dinner, before we arrived at Mar-a-Lago, this girl who was with us, Karen Giorno, she was getting Ye some like intel about how to deal with Trump, like how to play this. And so there was this lawyer whose name was Nick, and he sent all this information to Ye about how we're going to deal with Trump. And it said, if we eat in the dining room, that means this. If we eat in the patio, he wants to show you off. If he says this, it was just like this like play by play. How do we handle Trump?
Interesting.
And so we're pulling up to the dinner, and we have all this intel. And Ye said, what do you think about this? And I said, I don't know. Send it to me. So he forwards it to me, to my phone. Well, it turns out he accidentally forwarded it to a lawyer that Trump uses as well, whose name is also Nick.
Oh my God.
So he tried to send it to me. I never got the text. I was like, that's weird. I didn't get it. We said, oh, well, we walk in. He accidentally sent all this intel to a lawyer that Trump actually uses. So in the middle of the dinner, Trump gets a phone call. And he goes, just 1 second. It was this guy. It was this lawyer. And the guy says like, hey, Trump, this is a hit job. They are here to take you out. Like they sent me this intel by accident. They must have told him that this was a setup. So Trump hangs up the phone and his demeanor instantly changes.
Holy shit.
And he starts, and my right hand of God, he immediately starts dropping the F-bomb.
See, I want to see this because Trump, when he's dealing with the press, he already knows all they try to do is slander and hit job him and try to say stupid gotcha questions. And he never lets it bother him. He's always calm and destroys them and belittles them and insults them straight to their face. And he's usually saying like, what a stupid question. I want to see him rage though, like how he's describing.
They're fucking this and that, just like, I've never seen him that angry.
Damn,
so
yeah.
furious. But it was also very subtle. He starts telling Ye, because the idea was Ye was going to run for president and was going to ask Trump to be his VP. So Trump starts telling these stories about all the black people that he helped that betrayed him. That was the
Holy
subtext.
shit.
So he says, I freed this rapper in China. The basketball player.
Brittany Griner.
No, LeVar Ball.
He was in China.
And don't forget about Crying Van Jones, man. The biggest Judas of them all. He went to Trump and begged Trump crying, like, because Crying Van Jones is always crying, to do a prison reform program. And Trump agreed to do it and got it done. This asshole, he flipped on Trump and became one of his biggest haters after he did that. Like, what a scumbag Judas. Like, these people, they'll once they get something out of you that they want, they'll turn their back on you. As simple as that. Because the Democrats party will pay them more to sell their soul.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got like arrested or something. It was like an international incident.
That was ASAP Rocky, I think.
And so Trump was telling the story about how he freed this guy. And he says, so this basketball player, he's on the tarmac, he said, and the Chinese soldier slapped him across the face.
That's LeVar Ball or whatever.
Basketball player. And said, that's for disrespecting President Trump. That was the first story. The second story was about the rapper in, I think it was Norway or Sweden. I forget who. I think it was ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
Got arrested up there. And he says, and I called up the president of Sweden, and I said, listen, you mother, you better release him right now. And the moral of the story was these were all ingrates. These are all black celebrities that he helped that betrayed him. And then he goes to Ye, and I hosted your wife, Kim Kardashian, and I released these or commuted the sentence of these people on her behalf.
Yeah, she went. That's true. She went to the White House, met with Trump because she wanted a bunch of people that she had been looking over. This was to try and make her look like she was smart at law or something, but she still hasn't gotten her past the bar, which she's been trying for like, I don't know, a decade, 2 decades now.
And she is a disgusting human being. He said.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Dude, he's savage, bro.
Yes.
Fuck.
He goes, and she's such a disgusting. He goes, and you could tell her I said that. I want you to tell her. Tell her I said that. She's a disgusting human being. And I was sitting there like, whoa, I'm just like a guest.
What was Ye's reaction?
He had the same reaction that I did. He was totally taken aback by it, but he goes, that's still my wife. He goes, that's my wife you're talking about. And
hey, if you like the content, like the video. All right, just like the video. I don't care if you subscribe. It'd be nice if you did, but like the video.
So it's very tense. And then Karen, so then Trump was like kicking us out, basically.
Yeah.
He said, your airport is right across the street. I think it's time for you to go.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And Karen is like kicking him under the table saying, remember to ask him what you came here to ask him. And Ye goes, oh yeah, will you be my vice president? And Trump loses his in mind. And he goes, you can win at a lot of things, but you'll never win at this. He goes, you could be a celebrity, you're talented. He goes, but you'll never win at this. You better not run. Lost his mind.
Wow.
He had his arms folded like a mobster. I thought he was going to start swinging. Like that's how aggressive his demeanor was. Like straight up like a gangster, like Tony Soprano.
That.
Yeah, that's
I do
dope.
too. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, that's
that is awesome.
And even went to me. He goes, you're a smart guy. Tell him he can't win. He can never win. You tell him now. He can never win. I know you work for him, but he can't win. And I was just frozen. I was like, I don't know. Maybe he can win.
holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it was nuts.
know.
And so then we got kicked out. These other people wanted a picture with Trump and Ye.
Hey, they said Trump would never win. Remember when they were all laughing at him? Obama said he'd never win. Remember when Hussein Obama? I mean, let me tell you guys. Do you know a guy named Hussein Obama? Hussein Barack Obama? Have you heard of him? Yeah, he said. Remember, they all said he would never win.
Trump refused to take a picture.
Oh, he's a savage.
Yeah, it was ugly, but
it didn't go too well, huh?
no.
Man.
Yeah.
God, I gotta respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
It was baller. He's a gangster, man.
So your relationship with Ye now, like he brings you in as what? Like a political sort of like just input?
Yeah, basically. I mean, so I've talked to him on and off over the years, and I think he respects my opinion on these things because I'm one of the only people that's as canceled as him.
Yeah.
This is very, very true. Nick is the epitome of what a person that has persevered through every type of cancellation attempt. Like, every single thing. Like, Kanye's still a billionaire. Nick, he's just a broke kid from Chicago. And he persevered through everything. And now, him and the Groypers are like this huge movement now. Candace Owens tried to do a hit job on him. Maybe I'll do a clip of that. But man, cool. That was a cool story. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope y'all doing well. Peace.